Well, look who it is. Ninja is back on Twitch. He secured the bag, which is awesome, but I don't get any of that money. I don't know about y'all. And so I care less about the money that he made and more about the reasons why he left Twitch and why he came back. So keep on watching because we're gonna get into when you should stop streaming on Twitch. So Ninja was popular on Twitch for many years, but he really started to take off once Fortnite came out, and that became his main game for his stream. His popularity skyrocketed even further whenever he played with Drake in March of 2018. This was a massive moment for the gaming and streaming community because a lot of people hadn't really taken our space seriously until then. But all of a sudden, all of these news networks were talking about it and everyone wanted to be a streamer. For months, Tyler was sitting on the Twitch throne. He had the most viewers on the platform, the most attention, and he was playing with people like Travis Scott, Marshmello, and freaking Lil Yachty. By associating with celebrities, Ninja became a celebrity himself. The value that he was bringing Twitch became much larger than the value that Twitch was bringing him. He brought a lot of attention to the platform, a lot of new people wanted to start streaming, and Twitch ended up making millions of dollars because of Ninja. Now, this was back before we had all of these loyalty contracts for streamers, and so any good business person is gonna look at the opportunities that they have for their brand in combination with the brand of the platform that they're using. And this is when negotiations started to make Ninja contractually obligated to stream on Twitch forever or go somewhere else. So Twitch and Ninja and his wife Jessica were in talks for months about an exclusivity contract, but they just couldn't reach a mutually beneficial agreement. And even Jessica, Ninja's wife, has come out multiple times and said that they felt that Ninja's brand was being limited to just gaming, but when he's a celebrity, he's starting to get all of these opportunities to go on TV shows and do commercials. They felt like Twitch wasn't in support of the growth that he was currently seeing with his brand. Not only that, but his mental health was really suffering. So Ninja was known for playing Fortnite, right? But he was getting all of these big opportunities to work with all of these major companies, and yet he felt boxed in, like he had to stream Fortnite. Otherwise, he was just worthless. He would stream some Final Fantasy here and there, and his viewership was just so low in comparison to the numbers that he saw with Fortnite. Imagine feeling so excited by all of these new opportunities that you're getting, but not really being able to pursue a ton of stuff or branch outside of your comfort zone too much because your audience only wants to see that one thing from you. That would be very burnout inducing for anyone, and this is likely exactly what happened to Ninja. Fame is very difficult to adjust to, and not only was Ninja doing this publicly, but he also was kind of carrying the weight of whether or not streaming was a valid thing to be doing on his back for the entire world to see. And so cancel culture at the same time was rising up as all of this was going on in his life. So he had all of these additional people paying attention to him, which meant that every single thing that he said was scrutinized and just paid so much attention to that it could turn into a major detrimental moment for his brand, which is a lot of weight to put on a person who had just been thrown in front of millions of people like they never had been before. Now, that's not to defend any of his choices. This video is not about whether Ninja was right or wrong in the choices that he made for his own brand, but instead it's to give you a perspective on how difficult it can be to deal with fame whenever it comes to mental health and your own happiness. So he felt pressure from dealing with fame. He was burned out on the content that he was creating. He felt caged into only being a gaming brand, and the platform that he was streaming on, which should have backed him up and helped him through all of these problems that he was struggling with, instead decided that they couldn't reach a mutually beneficial agreement. Ninja was unhappy and he left. There were even some things that happened after he left that were very questionable on Twitch's part. Like, really, porn on his channel, Twitch? I would be so pissed. I don't know about y'all. Then Ninja is offered an exclusive deal from Mixer to come over to their platform, help them build something new. They probably sold him on this awesome vision of the things that they're gonna do together, and he's able to grow his brand outside of just gaming. So he finally feels like all the negative emotions he'd been dealing with probably have a solution by moving to this other platform. Ninja and Jessica have come out and said that Mixer was a lot better to them and Microsoft treated them really well, but he still didn't stream a lot. And so this was a time where it seemed Ninja should have really been back to his ways and his excitement for what he was doing, but he just wasn't. Ninja never really felt like Ninja on Mixer. Then the day came that Mixer closed, and he had to make another decision. Now imagine his feelings here. He had just left all of this negativity from Twitch and the burnout and the nastiness. He thinks that things are gonna be better over on Mixer, but they kind of weren't. He's still feeling burnout because he realizes switching platforms isn't gonna be a solution for that. And then the platform has to close. I would be feeling very upset and afraid and angry at that point. The relationship with Twitch had been strained for years. Mixer just threw the dude out on his ass, and YouTube is there. His YouTube channel is really, really great, but YouTube lacks a lot of the streaming infrastructure that they need in order to really go in and be able to grow as a streaming platform. He probably had an offer from both Twitch and YouTube and was trying to compare the two, in addition to, I'm sure, a handful of other streaming websites that we haven't even heard of. And there are a lot of people who have come out and said that they don't think that Ninja made the right decision by choosing Twitch. However, he has chosen to come back to the purple people eater. Now, I believe that Ninja made the right choice, and the reason for that is because YouTube is lacking a lot of the streaming infrastructure, yes, but another very important reason is diversification. Ninja already has a massively successful YouTube channel, and that's absolutely incredible. But putting all of your eggs in one basket can be very scary whenever you are his size, even more so than whenever you are a small streamer. If everything that Ninja made, his videos and his streams, were on YouTube, if anything happened to the platform, like algorithms changed, or maybe YouTube just up and dies someday, God forbid, then that would directly harm his brand and he has nowhere else to go. Now you might be thinking, couldn't he just go to Twitch? Yeah, sure, but imagine changing platforms again after you had done it twice, and you also have to think of his mental health. Someone who has been struggling with burnout and overwhelm doesn't need to add more fuel to that fire by putting additional pressure on themselves to make sure that their YouTube channel is surviving through all of the platform changes and all of the evolutions that they're gonna make over there. The choices that Ninja and Jessica have made for his brand have always had his mental health in mind, and that's why I think him coming back to Twitch was the right choice for him, because he's got his content diversified. He's still dominating over on YouTube, but he can still dominate over on Twitch as well. So if something happens to one of those platforms, he's always got the other. Now the thing is, this hasn't only happened to Ninja. It's very common that a streamer who grows very quickly can end up feeling some negative emotions. They feel like they can only stream one kind of content, or their success is going to be completely destroyed, or they feel that they're burned out because they're working so hard and so many people are paying attention to them. And in the past, they could make everyone happy because there weren't as many people paying attention to them, but now there's so many more and there's a large diversity of voices, and they don't know how to make everyone happy. And so you can feel really bad because all of a sudden everything that you did that used to be okay is not okay anymore. Heck, I remember going through something similar like this myself. It can feel very overwhelming whenever people haven't really been paying attention to you for a long time, and then all of a sudden they do, in addition to feeling like the platform that you're on just doesn't really have your back. So what can you learn from Ninja's situation? Well, one thing is that you might think that you're super logical, but your emotions will likely guide the large majority of your business decisions. So it's really important that you focus on things like your mental health, mindfulness, your relationships, and making sure that you have boundaries on your work time and your you time so that you don't feel overwhelmed and burned out. Happiness is essential to a successful streaming career, and if you're just doing things that make you miserable constantly, you're never going to be able to stick with it long term, and you're probably going to find that you need to take extended breaks in order to pursue things that you do genuinely enjoy. Life is way too short to be miserable. Another thing we can learn is that consistency is hard for successful and unsuccessful people. Just because you get hundreds or thousands or millions of people paying attention to you doesn't mean that all of a sudden the switch will be flipped and you will never have to deal with negative emotions ever again. Having attention won't make you consistent. Consistency comes from strong boundaries on your work time and your you time, and from strong habits that will encourage you to rely on discipline instead of fleeting motivation. The thing with habits is that a lot of streamers feel like they have to grind towards a specific goal. You have to go day in and day out in order to reach 100 viewers. But you always move the goalpost, right? We're human beings. We're always looking for that next thing that we can achieve. And it's actually not a goal that is going to motivate you day in and day out in order to achieve what you want to achieve with your stream. By having proper habits, you will achieve what you want to achieve. And that is the only way to get there. In fact, what I encourage you to do is become goalless. Don't think of yourself as someone who is on their path to 100K. Instead, think of yourself as someone who puts in the work every single day, and eventually the goals will be there. And this next one is a big one that both Ninja and myself had to learn, and this is that someday you might feel that you have outgrown Twitch. You see bigger and better opportunities for yourself, and you're really excited to pursue them. And at that point, it could feel like streaming on Twitch is holding you back from a bigger and better life. However, just because you feel that you've made it doesn't mean that you have to stop. You can build up all of this success on Twitch and use it to propel you to even higher heights. But if you stop creating all of the stuff that you created that got you to that success that you wanted for yourself, then the successes can start to go away too. And the reason for that is because there are always people who are looking to take your place. If you quit the thing that made you successful before you find major success with your new thing, then you're in a really scary and anxiety-inducing position that is a make or break it moment for you. And some people really thrive under that pressure, but at the same time, there's always someone looking to take your place and to even use that position that they have grown in your absence in order to take over what you're currently doing. So making it doesn't mean stop doing it. And your happiness is a much bigger component of your success and your consistency than you think it is. If you need more help growing on Twitch, go and check out this video. I'll see you over in that one. Bye!